Today we're going to check out 3 different erasable notebooks and pens. Well, I shouldn't say and pens. They all came with their own set of pens, but all the pages are erasable. So in theory, you could just buy one notebook and use it for the rest of eternity. Is that even something that you want to do? And do they work? So let's check these out. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa from Pretty Fabulous, and I help online businesses create beautiful digital downloads using Adobe InDesign. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday, and I do unboxings like today on Saturdays. Today we're going to check out 3 different erasable notebooks, and I said 3 because when I checked them out on Amazon, it was really hard to tell which one was cheaper or more expensive or better quality or lower quality. So they did all vary in price. Now, this one was the least expensive at $15.99. It has a magnetic closure in the front and a little area for to hold your erasable pen, as well as tons of pockets. So it has 2 pockets right here on the inside and another over here. So I was really excited to try this one out. Plus the days of the week had a cute format with the Monday through Sunday boxes, as well as little shapes for the what am I trying to say, for the weather, so you knew how to plan for that. Now all of 3 of these, regardless of price, came with the same features. They had the pen, they had the paper, and the only thing, no, they were all the same, and they look a little different, but they all have the same functionality, as well as the ability to use that Evernote type of function where you can take a picture of these and scan them on an app and then refer back to them later, which is probably good because it's erasable paper, right? How else would you keep it? Now, the next one was $17.99, and this was the Elfin Book, and it looks really cheap to me, so we'll check that one out, as well as this is the Valley Book, and this was the most expensive. This one was $27.88, and I don't know if it's just because the pages are a little bigger, but again, it has to me like a cheap look and feel to it because it has the plastic coil. So something to also keep in mind when you're making planners, anytime you have a plastic coil, it always just, I don't want to say brings the value down, but the perceived value, regardless of how expensive that plastic coil is always lower than if you had received a metal spiral bound coil. So something to keep in mind. So let's check all 3 of these out and see what's inside. Let's go ahead and check out the most expensive one first. This one was $15.99. It has 60 pages and it came with a pen. And it does all of the things that pretty much all of them have this exact same sort of functionality listed on the front. It comes in this plastic, this cardboard box, so nothing special, and it does have a plastic wrap on top of it. Now, it looks like it has a cloth to, I guess, clean the pages. I'm not really sure. So this has a magnetic closure, you can see that, and it has sort of a file folder kind of pocket in the front, but I'd be worried that things would just kind of slip out because it's on the front and not on the inside. But we get 2 more folder pockets here, one on the left and one on the right. And then it has the 6-ring sort of folio, is it Filofax system over here. And then there's some directions on here on how to use the water erasable ink pen. So we can see that there is some writing in, I'm guessing this is kanji, there on the front. And this must be the, or I was going to say it's kind of the eraser, but I guess it erases with water. So let's see. Dry tissue cloth dipped in water is better for erasing. Please do not use any alcoholic solvent wipes and app downloading. So this is the app that you could use for the phone. I guess if you really loved Evernote and you wanted to do that. I am not a fan. Oh, that's kind of nice. There's a little vellum plastic sheet over here. And then there's some obviously information you can write about yourself, and just in case you can read kanji, I guess it is over here on the back. So let's go ahead and test this thing out. I'm going to write something, and I know you can't see this, but it does write really smooth, and the pages feel like a magazine paper. So we'll see if it stacks up. So let's try to write something really heavy over here and see how that works. So does it smudge? It kind of smudges. Oh, because it's erasable. So let's go ahead and dip this in water and go ahead and wipe it. Look at that. How neato is that? It's like it wasn't even there. And I guess because these are magazine-like, that's why the water doesn't seep through and it doesn't get waterlogged. So very cool. So you get some line pages, and then right in the middle it stops to have dot grid pages over here, and that's kind of it. No file folders on the back, and again that split color over here. And to hold your pencil or your pen, your erasable pen, you put it over here. So the only danger is if you lose this erasable pen, I would imagine there's probably not a whole lot of other products you can use as an alternative. You'd have to just buy one from the same exact people. And hot erasable, when your notebook is filled, you can simply blow the notebook with a hairdryer to turn all of your notes clear in just a few minutes. So the only danger with this, I don't know where you live, but if you live in a very hot climate and you don't have AC on, your paper could just have disappeared. So that's that. Let's go ahead and check out the next one. And this one was $17.99. And this, like I said before, they all have, this is the other one too, they all have the exact same stuff in the front. They do scanning and they have magic paper. So this is the Elfin Book 2.0. So it's a little bit of a different style. This one is more of what you think of your traditional notebook, where it is, this was honestly the cheaper of looking out of all of them. It's plastic. This is a plastic center. It looks like we have the same exact, in fact, the pages look exactly the same, except they don't have the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the top. This looks like the same kind of pen, the Frixion pen. So let's check this out. Pretty fabulous. And again, I bet I can probably just wash it with my hand. Now this one did not provide a cloth, so let's go ahead, and it says to use a dry tissue dipped in water is better for erasing. So we'll try the same one, and it works just perfect, just like the other one. So it looks like the cheapest one actually came with the best accessory. Now this one, it looks like you have to put, it's gonna hold your pencil, but you're gonna have to put this on yourself. Maybe it has an adhesive. I can't get it off. So this then I guess you could put anywhere you wanted. And again, this was the cheaper looking out of all of them, even though it was $17.99. So let's go ahead and go to the most expensive one. So the Vel book was $27.80. It has 100 pages, and it does come with a pen as well. In fact, it sounds like they all come with a pen because most people probably don't have these pens lying around. So this looks just like the one we just saw, that really, really cheap sort of spine over here, the same cheap front. I keep saying cheap. The same, I guess it just looks cheap to me. The same exact pen, it's a Frixion pen, but this one did come with a cloth. So let's see if I can get this out. And this is a pretty thick cloth versus this thinner one. And it's really soft. So here we go. Let's check it out. So no file folder pockets. Again, it's looking like the least expensive one was probably the best one. The pages look exactly the same. You have lines, and then at some point in the middle it switches over to dot grids. Now this one said it's 100 pages. I won't count it. It seems like it's less, right? It just seems really thin. But let's test this out as well. And same thing, you can kind of erase it. So if this is your thing, you really like it, and it does stay, just so you know, it does stay wet for a while. So I don't think you can just write again. Well, I guess you can, but it's just going to be really runny. So you'd have to kind of just let it dry. And I believe this one works the same way. So 50 seconds for the ink to dry and bond to the page, and it disappears if it's over 140 degrees Fahrenheit. So I guess that is pretty hot. I don't know if it's going to be that hot in your apartment. It definitely would get that hot in your car. If you accidentally left this in your car, you could come back to a completely blank notebook. So something to think about. So I thought all of these were kind of cool. I love the concept of the erasable paper, but it's kind of obvious. There's like one vendor in town that seems to be making erasable paper, and everyone is kind of just using that same one. And the least expensive one was actually the best one. This one was my favorite. These, for paying the extra price, were not any better, and in fact were, I would say, worse. I love this one that has all of the folders and an area to hold your, I guess, cards and things like that. And plus the pages, honestly, you could refill it with regular pages too, because it's just like a Filofax. You could stick anything else that you want in there. So I would say definitely best value was the least expensive and the other two I would definitely pass on. So if erasable paper is something you're interested in, these definitely worked, and storing them on an app and storing it electronically is 100% something I'm not interested in. I obviously didn't even do a demo for that, but you know, if that is something you're into, definitely think about checking these out. And let me know in the comments too, like, is there a different brand of erasable paper that maybe I'm missing, or something else that does something amazing with erasable paper that I just don't know about? Let me know. All right, I hope everyone is having an amazing weekend and doing something fun tonight, and I will see you guys all back here on Monday. Bye.